Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Peaked in High School podcast, rated 5 stars on Facebook by my mom. Thanks, Mom, for the little shout-out. My name is JT. I'm here alongside my two co-hosts, Luke and Andrew. You guys want to introduce yourselves?
I guess I'll go first. Hi, I'm Andrew. I like long walks on the beach. I like getting caught in the rain. I like when boomers tell me that I talk too much at baseball games. I really enjoy that. It's my favorite. It really just gets me. That definitely did not happen about an hour ago. It's not what I'm talking about it at all. Yeah, that's me. That's me. You know. Yeah, from Ohio. You know, well shit. I live at 3078 State Street. Come over to my house, play FIFA. You know, smoke some. You know.
Hello, my name is Luke. I am 3'4". I actually have dwarfism.
I'm actually
You'll
War
never see it
Davis.
because you'll never see it because this podcast is audio only. I'm actually a cousin of famed YouTuber Lego Nerf Kid 22. That's Lego Nerf Kid with no spaces. 22. The numbers on your numpad. Not spelled out. That's a real YouTube channel. If you don't believe me, check that shit out.
Real?
I actually just went to his wedding the other weekend. He makes real YouTube videos. Look it up at Nerf Guns and Legos. And he's like 14 years old in those videos.
Oh, I thought
but
he was...
got married the other weekend. It still exists.
I thought he was making
So if you want a better
videos.
channel than this, go to Lego Nerf Kid 22. Otherwise,
I thought you were talking about
this
you
is
making
this
videos
is
as
our
an
podcast,
adult.
I guess. Peaked in high school. I'm not going to take credit, but I definitely made that name as our group chat.
It is.
To all the people who are in that group chat that aren't part of this podcast,
You suck.
fuck you. Actually,
fuck you,
please
dude.
don't leave. You're my only friends. Thank you.
Imagine if you got married and you still played with like Nerf guns and shit. Imagine
I feel
that.
like that shit would be fun. Because, like,
Are you right?
listen. Every day would be
Nerf guns
like
too.
boyfriend versus girlfriend, except without the part where they broke up and switched channels.
Did you not know that?
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Remember the guy Jesse who bombed on the E3
The
stage?
E3
in
EA
20
stage.
Oh,
Yeah.
that guy?
Yeah.
He was like,
wow.
he literally vocally said, I'm bombing, and then went on.
Wait, so this guy had a YouTube channel?
Yeah,
What
it-
called
it-
Boyfriend versus Girlfriend, where he and his
Never.
girlfriend would prank each other. And then
Oh,
one day they
oh,
broke
yeah,
up,
yeah,
and he
yeah.
kept the name Boyfriend versus Girlfriend.
Does he just
He
does
changed
he prank
it to
his
Jesse
other
after that
girlfriend?
or something. No, he changed it to Jesse after that. But anyways,
Anyway,
it would be
Funny
like
as
that,
is.
because like, I mean, you wake up and she's not there. You're in defense mode, right? That's an
gonna get
automatic
shot.
alarm clock.
But if I did have a wife, and if she shot me with a Nerf gun, as a full grown person,
I think that'd be pretty hot.
I
Can you imagine if
Yeah,
that
I'd
shit
be-
stuck to your nipple?
yo dude, yeah,
Pull that off
definitely.
the suction on that.
Both
You're
of
not
them?
hard by the end of
Yeah,
it. I don't
dude.
know what's going on.
You're just nutting all the
Anyways.
time when the Nerf guns hit you. Oh, man.
Anyways. This is our new podcast we're doing. We're a little rough around the edges, but
We're having fun.
we're just having fun, you know. It's
Just
three college guys just who peaked in high school. We're doing a podcast, and we talk about a lot of stuff. We talk about anything from movies to video games to probably politics or just shooting Nerf guns at your
Probably not
nipples.
politics.
Hopefully
Slash
not.
fiction about ourselves.
Hopefully not politics. But anyways,
We write
Feel
slash
free
fiction.
to, if you enjoy this podcast, give us a like, write some fan fiction on Wattpad. That
Yo,
would be
please write
our
some fan
official platform for fan fiction. We'll read one post every week. I can't guarantee that it'll be
Follow us
one of
on
your
DVR.
authorships. I make a couple of them myself every month, so you guys don't know about that yet.
we don't. Anyways, we're gonna have something random in the background every time. We probably won't be all together, but we're all gonna have something a little bit random on in the background. Tonight we have Impractical Jokers.
Honestly, it's not because we just don't have anything to talk about. It's because this shit's boring. And it's not because of you guys. It's just because we need something else in front of
Visually,
our
we need
eyes.
something to look at.
Right. I mean,
I can't look at Luke
we
all the
can't,
time.
We can't just sit here and talk.
Because
to
like
each
if I
other.
stare deeply into these guys' eyes, I don't know what's gonna happen. You know,
I mean,
my
we
body
fall
might
in
just
love.
explode. What?
What?
What did you say? You said you wanted to.
What?
What?
What? You're being so weird right now.
What's going
Anyways, as Andrew mentioned earlier,
What's going on?
we mentioned boomers.
Fucking boomers.
If we want to recount the story, we decided, the boys decided to hit up a little bit of a baseball game earlier today.
One of those professional ones,
Yeah, professional.
Andrew's not allowed within 500 feet of children, so we couldn't go to the Little League one tonight. So.
Hey, that 12-year-old had it coming.
Anyways, we go to the game. We're just having a good time, and this is where the night and our true, really as millennial and Gen Z are like hatred of boomers comes into play. Would you like to take it?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell the story. Okay, so we're at a baseball game.
Excuse me?
What?
Chapter 1.
Yeah, so this fucking boomer, right? All right, so hold on. So we go to the Reds game, right? Because, go Reds, go baby, go, up the Red
That
Legs.
puts a location on us, though.
That puts a location. We could,
Well, we're gonna be
Could be any
different
Reds
places.
game.
Yeah.
Could be any Reds.
We could be at any park.
Sure.
We could be at.
The visiting team is the
PNC Park
Cincinnati.
right now.
It's the Cincinnati.
So we.
I was
saw-
at PNC
Sorry.
actually.
Oh, you were at PNC.
I was.
PNC 's very good.
I went to PNC. It's a nice ballpark.
Yeah,
Anyways.
that's what I've heard. So we went to the fucking baseball game, right? And we're sitting there, we're talking, we're doing what you do at a baseball game, where you watch the baseball, you watch the baseball game, and you talk with your friends because it's a social gathering, and because
It's a public area.
it's a public area. And let's be honest, baseball is probably like third most boring sport. I love baseball, fucking boring though. And this fucking boomer turns around and goes, "Hey man, you talk what does he say?" No, he says,
Well, at the beginning of the game,
Yeah.
I happened to bump into the man. I said, I apologize. He said, that's all right. We're not here for either team anyways. I said, oh, really? He says, yeah, we're actually Cubs fans. I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm a Cubs fan, too. I grew up in McHenry, Illinois, before we moved out to
"What was your address?"
where we were. Oh, my address?
Yeah,
Back in
what's your
McHenry, Illinois. Just so I can dox the person who now owns that house.
This is what your social security do. We should talk to them. Yeah, no, put it out there. Put it out there.
Yo, I'm the
If you
same
live
guy.
in the area,
Anyway,
please visit this house.
He turns around to me, and he goes, "Hey, so you're a Cubs fan, right?" I said, "Yeah, I'm a Cubs fan." He says, "So you guys talk this much over at Wrigley Field all the time?" And I immediately realized what he was trying to say. He was trying to say we're talking too much, which is some bullshit, considering it's a fucking baseball field. First of all, anybody listen? It's not tennis. I went to a tennis match for the first time the other week. Saw more rich people I've ever seen in my entire life. I've never seen people drink wine at a sporting event until I went and saw tennis.
that's pretty nice.
Everybody's silent, right? Until you clap at the end when somebody gets a point or something, right? This is not tennis. This is baseball. People are drunk.
It's
People
baseball.
are having fun. People are talking. People are yelling at people on the field who can't hear them yell.
I
It's
heard
a
a
game.
man call another man Eugene when his name wasn't fucking Eugene. Yeah, this guy shouted at Eugenio Suarez and was like, "Hey, Eugene!" No, it's not. That's like going up to me and be like, "Hey, Steve, how you doing?" No, it's not me.
Regardless, we hashed it
Yeah.
out for a bit, and I think we ended up winning. We
did,
kind of
because-
took the high road in the end because we were gonna go back and talk some bullshit to them, but they were already gone. So technically, we did the moral thing and just left anyways. But
That's
The
exactly.
moral
what-
of the story is fuck
the
boomers.
moral of the story is that boomers are
We
dumb.
didn't tell them why we started
don't wanna
calling them a
alienate
boomer.
boomers
Well,
from
we
this
didn't. Well, we didn't. We don't. But
Fuck boomers.
But the other reason we're calling him a boomer is because he was blaming it on millennials that we were talking at a baseball game.
Oh yeah. He called us millennials, and he's like, he's like,
It's
oh,
their job, anyways, to talk about everything.
everything. And I'm
all
like,
time.
that's the no.
all right, man,
Also, like,
sounds good. Just
does that mean that people didn't talk before millennials? What does that imply? What are you saying? There was radio before millennials.
Welcome to Millennials Complaining About Old People, the
I just
podcast.
fucking hate old people. I just think we should. I don't know. Maybe something ought to be done about those folk. Maybe if a young.
What?
I have an idea for a party.
Why is your beer sign so modelo especial?
Because there's
Special
Modelo,
Modelo.
there's special Modelo in the
Dude,
keg.
don't you speak Spanish?
Okay, very nice.
You're the Eugene guy. You're the guy who says, "Hey, Eugene." There's also
Not that guy. I didn't yell. Not that guy.
The wave pattern is just nuts.
The audio a bit. No biggie.
No biggie.
No
Did you guys read that article from the BBC that said there would be no people named Gary left in the UK by 2050?
What?
There will be no people in the UK named Gary.
Yo, my uncle's name is Gary.
Yes.
And he's a pretty young guy.
He doesn't live in
This is in the UK.
This
is in the UK.
He's only like 40 or 50 years old.
Okay,
right?
but he's
so
gonna
got about
die.
30 years left,
Yeah,
right?
he's gonna die when he's 80.
Yeah,
or
but I
90.
bet you I can get him to travel to the UK in 2051.
Okay. All right.
I mean, if I buy a plane ticket,
Fair.
UK, he's never been out of the States. You know what I'm saying? I
right.
think your argument's
But
invalid.
it's not. I just was talking about how this article talked about how
What is it,
everybody named Gary is about to die, and once they all die, there's no more
You
Garys.
tell me
'Cause-
my uncle's gonna die tomorrow?
yeah, dude.
I
I'm
feel
gonna
like
kill him. I'm gonna kill your uncle.
Are you-
kill your uncle.
Are you trying to say there's going to be a mass genocide of Garys?
Garys? Yeah, what I'm saying is we're gonna put all the Garys in
Pull
the
your
camp.
side real quick. Pull your side real quick.
Yeah, that's it.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, I'm fucking serious. I'm killing your fucking uncle.
kill my uncle?
Yeah, dude.
He's my goddad, dude.
Your
He's my
goddamn.
godfather.
Oh damn, I didn't know that.
You ain't.
I'm
You
just
better
gonna
not
kill
come
him.
out.
I'm just gonna ruin his marriage. Is that okay? Come on, meet me in the middle here.
I don't want to answer that question.
Let me be a homewrecker.
I don't
Let
forgot
me
about
be a
that.
homewrecker.
I don't.
What are you talking about next?
Fucking, I don't know, man. Yeah, isn't it nuts that one day all of our names are just gonna go extinct? Isn't that? One day there's probably gonna be no Lukes.
I hate this.
Yeah, dude. Is that nuts?
I would beg to differ
I would
because
be
Star
happy
Wars
if
is
I was
immortal.
last Luke on the planet.
That's true.
I feel like Star Wars is immortal forever. So
Did you hear that Star Wars Land or whatever the fuck
What?
in Disneyland reported a 30% decline in visitors? Since
Yeah, because
it's
Star Wars
open?
is for fucking nerds, dude.
why?
Yeah, well, I don't.
Why would that be?
No, it's because they don't. The ride that they have for Star Wars Land doesn't open until January,
Really?
and they
Oh.
also hiked up season pass prices as well as blocked out more dates that season pass holders can't come in with their season pass. They have to buy tickets, so less and less people are coming in because prices are too high. And that's how they regulated how many people would be coming in when Star Wars Land opened, so that it wouldn't be overpopulated.
Oh.
And then they didn't change it because they thought they'd get away with it. But they're fucking over the whole thing. Whole thing.
Disney does like weird social engineering. You ever hear those like Ask Reddit stories about them?
Yeah.
They're not. I don't know, man. I can't.
No, I
handle
know. No, my sister worked. She did 2 semesters at the Disney College program.
Oh, yeah.
She told me all kinds of stories about how like she'd walk down into the tunnels underneath Magic Kingdom, which is where they have all like the electrical and plumbing and stuff, and
Yeah.
where all the characters walk around in between the park. Which is why you don't see them outside of the areas that they're stationed. Is because when they leave, they go in the tunnels. Yeah.
Wow.
But oh, she told me this one story about this. I mean, this isn't weird. It's just kind of sad. She said the magic was ruined for her when she went down to the tunnel and Cinderella had the top half of her dress pulled off of her, and she was just smoking a cigarette. And Peter Pan, who's played by a woman in Disney World to leave the authenticity of the Broadway musical in which a woman would play Peter Pan. Peter Pan and the princesses would make out in the tunnels all the time, and she noticed one day that the Peter Pan that was always there was not there and replaced with another person, and found out that they got fired because they started too much arguing between cast members. She was cheating on all of them.
Isn't the Tinkerbell that flies? I heard that the Tinkerbell that flies away from the Cinderella's castle or whatever is actually an Asian man and not a woman at all. Isn't that
Like,
shocking?
flies in the air?
Yeah.
There's a Tinkerbell that flies in the air?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I have no idea.
Which isn't that funny? I mean, I guess
Why-
it
why
doesn't
is it gonna be
matter.
Asian,
You're at a
man?
distance, but don't you think
Man,
someone's
this
gonna have
is just
binoculars
where-
and just be like, "Oh, that's not Tinkerbell"?
If you want to talk about typecasting or the proper opportunity for occupation,
Okay.
why didn't they just use that opening for somebody who's just not as tall as other people? Not even talking about dwarfism.
Yeah, man.
I just mean like a short guy.
Yeah,
You know
man,
what I
what
mean?
about the short people?
Like a
What
short
about
guy.
the Bagel Boss guy?
You know, like a
What about-
short king.
What about the Bagel Boss
We've got
people
a
out
whole day for short kings sometime in June, And now we got an anthem.
What do you mean the day?
Short King's anthem, right?
What are you talking
There's a
about?
whole holiday called Short King Day.
That's fucking dumb. That's so dumb. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Listen, can I get a really so pale I can't go out in the sun holiday? No. Listen,
Are you?
I don't want one.
You
I don't
Irish?
complain about
dog.
these things.
Dog, I ever
Just
tell
'cause
you
I'm-
you're Irish.
I mean, listen,
This shit's cool. Watch this.
Irish, yeah. Watch it on the podcast, dude. Yo,
Can't
watch
see
Luke spin
shit.
this bottle on a
I
podcast.
just made like
Yeah.
3 kickflips in a row. You're never gonna
Dude,
see.
yeah.
it.
Just
I'm
fucking
also
kickflipping.
making out with Hot Babe
Sandra
right now,
Bullock.
so why?
Sandra
That's
Bullock.
not,
That's
that's
the
not
first
who I
person
would.
I know in my-
Bullock.
I mean, not that she's
Bullock.
not a pretty woman.
You
but,
want to
like,
make out with Sandra Bullock then?
Yeah,
Is
I
that the
wouldn't
first
mind.
person?
not somebody
Really?
I would.
Yeah, whatever. It's not my first choice. It's just the first thing that popped into
What
my
do you
mind.
mean not your first
Anybody
choice?
could have
What
popped
do you mean not
into
your
my
first
mind.
choice? What's the problem with Sandra
Rutherford B.A.'s could have popped into my mind.
Bullock? B.A.
Yeah, went to
Is that
Kenyon
her name?
College.
Rutherford?
Rutherford B. Hayes.
Rutherford?
Rutherford B. Hayes. He had
Is
a
that
big
a
beard.
name?
Look him up. He's like 13th
He?
president
Oh,
of
it's
the
a
US.
he. Okay, I was like, that's not a woman's
No,
name.
it's not a one. Yeah, I'm gonna name my beautiful daughter Rutherford. Rutherford.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Because
Ruth-
we were
Ruth is a
talking
name.
about how there might not be any more Lukes and how Star Wars
more
is
Garys.
immortal, and how you would name your kid what?
Rutherford.
Which is a good segue into a question I had for y'all, which is our question of the day, brought you by fucking White Claw.
Existential. Brought to you by 6 White Claws living in a tree.
Yep.
6 White Claws and passing out in my mom's basement. Sick, dude. Love it.
Anyways, question of the day for you. We were talking earlier about how all these fucking dumbasses name their
Shit. Are you
kid
talking about
Danny.
boomer? Oh,
uh,
fucking boomers.
After Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, and then she
We're dating
obviously
veterans
did.
already.
committed mass genocide. So, and now we just laugh at them.
Spoilers!
Spoiler, sorry,
Yeah,
spoiler
dude, if
warning.
you haven't seen that cultural touchstone that happened 6 months ago,
You're fucking
I'm sorry.
out of
No,
luck,
it's
I
your
guess.
I'm
fucking-
sorry, dude.
It's fucking
Out of
your
luck,
own fault.
dog, out of
Anyways,
luck.
question is,
Let's talk about it.
if you would name, what would you name your kid after? If you could name your kid after any, like,
Like property,
character
yeah.
or anything from anything,
kid
basically,
Will
yeah,
Derrick.
intellectual property. What would you name it after?
Wasn't it Tony that wanted to name their kid Huckleberry?
Our friend Tony. I
More than
wouldn't
anything.
mind naming my kid Huckleberry because that's a great book and he's a great literary
Yeah, but
character.
Huckleberry Fuckleberry? It's so easy.
Yeah, it's true. Well,
Huck,
if you name
what's
any,
up, fuck?
but like,
Wow,
okay, but
great.
like, I dated a girl with, so like, I know someone with the last name Seaman, and like,
Yeah.
they didn't choose that, and they still got made fun of. So like,
Yeah.
who cares? I think you're gonna get made fun of, whatever. You know what I
Okay.
mean? It
But
either
if you
makes
could-
you
but
into a
you-
serial killer, makes you into
But
a
you
really
have
good
the
comedian.
ability to
Yeah. Talk
to
about it.
prevent that by not
Okay.
naming them Fuckleberry.
When I'm not gonna think when I look at my newborn child and I name him Melvin. Okay.
You're gonna name him Melvin.
Yeah, I'm gonna name him Melvin
Why? Who after who?
after my great grandfather.
After Melvin Gregg, the great light Vine star,
Yeah.
who was
yeah.
also on American Vandal season 2 somehow as the main
Oh,
character.
dude, why was American Vandal canceled? By the way, what a good.
They
TV
made
show.
it season. They made season 2.
Yeah, and they canceled it.
Oh shit.
Season 3.
Probably because their main stars were Vine stars.
Yeah,
and
but
that
it
was
good.
weird.
No, but the writing was good.
Yeah.
It was weird. Yeah, it was a weird.
I don't know why, but Melvin Gregg, that name just irks me.
That's
I have nothing wrong with
that's
the
a
name.
white.
But the name
person's
Melvin Gregg, no, but it's not a white person.
Is he? He's not white.
No, he's
Melvin
not
Gregg
white. Melvin Gregg.
Dude,
He was
wow.
funny. He was a funny guy. I just don't like the sound
That's
of
like
the name.
being Irish, but being named Jose, Gonzalez or something. Like, think about that. Think about that's
wrong with
against
Jose?
type. No, there's nothing wrong with naming your kid that. I'm just saying like it's like against type kind of thing. You know what I mean? I wouldn't expect. Melvin screams Caucasian. I mean, does it not? To you guys?
What is it?
This is gonna sound really dumb, but like I don't like telling people because then they'll know about the composer, and this composer like makes my favorite music ever. It's kind of special to me that I know it and nobody else does. It's really fucking full of it, and pretty petty, but that's just the way it is. If it were anybody else though that wasn't that composer, I don't think there's a name of a person, but I do think that Lothlorien could be a name in some sense.
What name?
Lothlorien.
Like a
What is
middle
that
name?
Yeah, something like that.
What is that from?
It's a name of an elven city in the woods
Oh.
from Lord of
I
the
see.
Rings. Lothlorien. I do like Nymeria though.
Nymeria from
Nymeria is good.
Game of Thrones, yeah.
Yeah. I have a list of names.
Yeah, I'm gonna name my kid Harry Potter. Full Harry Potter. That's gonna be his middle name, Potter.
Hold on, I have a list of
Um,
names. Oh,
Name my kid Bowser.
I would name.
Name my kid.
I like
Name my kid
Liara.
Bowsette. What?
I like Liara.
Liara. That's a nice name.
Liara, Liana, Nymeria.
We're like a mommy
Nymeria.
blog
Yeah.
podcast. We're just talking
Nymeria.
about
I feel like
baby names.
Nymeria would get bullied or just grow up to be that one weird goth.
I do
chick.
like Liara though. Liara is a nice one.
I feel like my kid's gonna get bullied whatever happens just because I'm his dad.
I don't think,
so,
I don't think
fuck
I'm
it.
having kids. I don't
You,
think I'm
you
ever
assuming
having
it's
kids.
gonna be a boy? His dad?
Oh no, I said there. I meant to say their dad.
shit.
Oh shit!
gosh.
Oh.
Wow.
Whatever they-
My
I
friends
literally
bait me into a fucking
am assuming
gender
the-
comment and I die? No clickbait?
I'm assuming the gender of my fake child. Also,
You know what would be
I'm
fun
not
on
even
a
gonna have
podcast?
kids. I hate kids. We're
You
gonna.
hate kids?
I believe
hate
we should
kids?
stop having kids. I
What?
know I don't hate kids. I actually love kids.
What?
I really do.
Well,
I love having kids. But like, I think we should stop having kids just for like a couple
Why?
generations, just to chill out. We need to chill out. We are too obsessed with the figure of the child. I'm telling you, man.
What?
We
What
just
does that
need to
mean?
chill out.
People don't have kids so that they can brag about having kids, dog.
Okay, I've met
Bringing
people
up
that have
kids-
had
bringing
kids
up
just to
kids-
brag about having kids.
Bringing
Eh?
up kids is such a hard job.
Yes, but we do all of the bad. Think about this. All of the bad things we do forever. All the bad things we've ever done, we do because we think it's gonna benefit our children. Think about it. Think about it. Think
That's
about
the
it.
most
Don't think
cynical
about it.
shit I've ever heard in my entire life.
Yeah,
I entirely disagree.
that's fine. I don't
Yeah.
truly believe this. It's one of those things that I half believe. You know, you ever get like half believe
No, I
things?
don't.
like
I
half
don't.
believe that, but
I
I'm also
don't.
kind of like it'd be tight, but I don't really think it's
No,
practical.
I really don't.
Oh, dude.
You know, it'd be a fun thing.
What?
To do on podcasts.
Yeah.
An all audio podcast.
All audio.
We do MTV Cribs. We could show them our house. But but this way we don't dox ourselves. We could just like walk around the house and be like, "This is our living room. You like the setup? Cool. Great. Here's the front of my house. Here's
what-
the number, the address number on the front of my house. Can you see it through audio? Absolutely not.
So.
It's a dox-free.
So you want us to so hear me out. You want us to pick up the microphone like this,
Yeah.
hold it in close as possible to get the richness of my voice, and you want me to walk around a house and say this is the living room, and then hold the microphone out like this.
Yeah, so that they can see.
That is the dumbest shit I've ever heard. That's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
What's so dumb about it?
The fact that you
Put the microphone down. Your voice is so loud.
no, fuck you. No, all right,
Piss
hold
me
on.
now.
So no, hold on, no. How can you
It's
be pissed?
flawless.
Hold on.
There's no problem with it.
Yeah, the
All right,
problem.
well then,
you
you do it for me.
Okay,
Describe-
you can just
describe
do it
your-
right.
no, no,
Let's
no.
do it right
You
now.
gotta keep
Let's do
you
it
gotta
right
keep
now.
the mic right here.
No, we're gonna do it.
No.
We're gonna do it live.
No,
Here
no,
we
no.
go.
You gotta keep
This
the
is
mic
it.
right fucking
This
here.
is it. This is it.
Okay.
Okay.
Fuck
This is
it.
MTV
Whatever.
Cribs.
Sorry. See you later.
Peaked in High School Edition. This is your host Luke walking around to show you our house. So right now we're walking through a doorway. Here's the gaming room. This is where we do all of our gaming. It's quite a nice area, as you can see. Great little room here for gaming. If you walk out here, back through the doorway that we just came through, there's a pool table. Pool table right in the big open area, as you can see. Pretty nice lighting. I don't know if you like that fixture right there. You'll have to let us know in the comments. Over here, through this double door, there's a wine casing, obviously. I wonder if you could count. Can you guys count how many wine bottles are in there? And just let me know. I don't know.
I don't know exactly how many are in there, but if you guess in the comments below, if you can count them, probably a lot easier. And then one more room over here. We actually don't have a bathroom in this establishment, but we do have a heating room. That room is where we take our showers from the crack in the wall where the water rolls in from the well. It's actually quite nice. It's a bonding experience for the three of us, as the water only comes through every once in a while when it rains, which means that we all have to huddle together pretty closely. And now we're back in the living room, and what are you talking about? I've been walking around this whole time. Now we're back in the living room. Right in front of the TV where we're playing Impractical Jokers. Obviously, you can see that. I don't know why I said that. It's my first time doing a podcast. I'm really sorry. But I just have to say that I proved you guys wrong. So fuck off. And that's our MTV Cribs. And next time it'll be a different place. And the next time it'll be a different place because they don't know the fucking difference. It's a fucking audio podcast.
Why are you putting your hand on the other side of from the mic?
So they don't fucking hear me, okay?
Fucking hear me. Hey man.
Don't fucking talk about them like that. Don't fucking
shut the fuck up.
What? Is that a promise?
Is that a promise? I'm not gay. What?
Oh, thank God.
Thank God. Oh, thank God I'm not either.
Just sin, dude.
Sin, dude.
All right, so one of the
we're fully kidding.
We're so not
it's
funny.
It's so okay to be.
So not
we're
funny.
Not funny.
This is great. This is great.
I'm having fun.
Yes.
If you guys are having fun, I'm
Oh my
having
God.
fun. So one of the segments that we're gonna do on the show is called Make a Case, which is one of us has to watch a movie or a movie series or something, taking turns each week, and make a case for why it's horrible, regardless of other opinions. Recommend a movie that would be worth your time instead, or vice versa. So I'm going to take this first one here for you guys, if you don't mind, because I have some shit to talk about. As all of you know, probably, the Harry Potter series is probably something that we all enjoy and love, and I can't talk about this without shouting out my boy. He doesn't even fucking know me, but another fucking recommendation I give to you guys is called the Cosmonaut Variety Hour.
Oh yeah, the Cosmonaut Variety Hour. Awesome.
I love his fucking shit. I saw a video from him, and I decided
we weren't talking about Psychonauts.
we weren't talking about Psychonauts.
Oh, yeah, we talking about
no, I said Cosmonaut Variety Hour. I saw a video from him talking about. I saw a video.
Just in case. Sorry, JT. Go ahead.
I saw a video from him talking about this series of movies, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna fucking give these a try beforehand, and then come back and watch the video and see if I agree with him or not. And I can tell you, I 100% agree with everything he says in the video, because the movie I'm talking about is the fact that J.K. Rowling has turned the beloved Harry Potter series into just a jumbled mess of complete fucking garbage. And what I'm talking about is the Fantastic Beasts series.
What?
Now, yes, your beloved childhood books have been just fucking destroyed. Yeah, I'm sorry.
These people on this podcast are talking about my favorite movie.
I'm sorry. But Fantastic Beasts, if you don't know, is the two Fantastic Beasts movies are part of this now Wizarding World sort of.
The Wizarding extended universe?
Yeah, the extended. I would call it an extended
EU
universe.
Of Harry Potter?
Yes.
Which is
this
the
extended
nerdiest
universe.
I'm sorry, if you have to use the phrase extended universe in a conversation, fucking up against the wall. Sorry, dude.
That's fair.
Go ahead.
But
Sorry.
anyways, it's about it takes place about, I would say, 60 years before the events of Harry Potter. So it has the ability to write a whole new script and paint a new story based on details that are in the original Harry Potters. If that's a good idea or not, I'm about to tell you. Spoiler, it's not. So Fantastic... I'll give it credit. The first Fantastic Beasts movie is fine. You know, it's a fine...
It's nice.
It's the main character, I don't remember what his fucking name is.
Newt Scamander.
Newt Scamander, I don't know who plays him. I like his character. I like what he has to do. I like his character. It's new, it's different. It adds a little bit of a different take into the wizarding world.
Yeah.
Harry Potter, it's definitely a different type of movie from the normal Harry Potter experience with being in the same world. With that being said, I decided, I hadn't seen it yet, but I've seen the first one, and I saw this new one called Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Crimes of Grindelwald. And I was on a trip, driving towards a trip to the East Coast, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give it a try. I watched the first one.
Okay.
It was okay. It was meh. If you want to watch something that has to do with Harry Potter, sort of as in the aspect of wizarding and wizards, I'd watch it. You know,
You
it's
like
not bad.
wizards, you gotta
You
like
like
this
watchers. You like
like
wizards.
you like
You're
newts.
gonna
witches
yeah,
and
you're gonna watch this movie.
big fan of wizards.
It's gonna be okay. You're gonna have a fun time. You may not like the movie, you want to watch it ever again, but you're gonna have a good time.
You may never want to watch it again,
like
but,
the way-
But you're gonna have a good time anyways, regardless. So I watched the second one, and I swear to God, I put the movie down after 15 minutes.
Wow, that's quick.
I watched 15 minutes of this
It's like
garbage
sex
ass
life,
movie,
am I right?
and I swear to God, I put the movie down. I was like, you know what? I'm done with this shit. It's not good. It's not good.
Why is it not good?
Well, first of all, I get weirded out. So something about movies with me, I get weirded out by cringy moments and stuff in movies where the point where I either have to just skip it or I just put the movie down. Because if something is super cringy, I just can't handle it, and I'm like, I'd rather waste my time watching something else than watch this piece of garbage.
What if it's purposely cringy?
I don't think it was, to be honest. I'm gonna be honest.
Sure.
So we're introduced to Newt again, who is actually, I like his character. I like how he's portrayed because he's kind of shy. He's kind of different than everybody else. He is.
Wait,
He is different.
wait.
He's different.
Sorry, I just
Would
watched
you not-
Murr just deck some dude on. Sorry, I was distracted by the TV. Sorry, what were you
Anyways, I think Newt Scamander is a different character. He's different. He's an outcast. You know, he likes doing his own shit.
Yeah.
He likes taking care of magical beasts, and he's like, that's call it a day. Sometimes,
saying?
for
Yeah, he's like a
whatever
horse
reason,
girl
he
with the wizards.
yeah.
Yeah.
Or for whatever reason, he has to take down this fucking giant magical dude who can turn into a fucking giant tornado and destroy half of London.
What is this, the Tasmanian
But
devil?
yes, he basically has to take
Wait,
down the fucking
hold on.
Tasmanian devil.
So discount Harry Potter has to go take down the Tasmanian devil.
Yeah.
Is the thought okay.
Yeah, that's the first one. The second one,
Alright.
he comes
What?
in,
The
and
Danish
let
girl?
me tell you, the first thing that happens,
Okay.
there's like 3 different weird love triangles in this fucking movie, which is
triangles.
which is a total J.K. Rowling move, if you think about it. If you think about it, J.K. Rowling just loves to make love triangles, which is rooted in the point where she first talked about on Twitter, where she said that Dumbledore and Grindelwald were just in a raging love fest of a relationship.
Yeah, they
A while ago, I don't know if you remember that,
together loving each other.
I do remember that.
but she
remember
just
that.
said that Dumbledore is super homo and he loves just taking dick. Which I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. You know,
that-
it fits his character probably pretty well.
Yeah,
To be honest, I could see
was
it.
like that in the books.
I could see that,
Yeah.
but at the same time, it's just it's such a move from her. So, anyways, this movie.
Such a move.
This movie starts out, and I'm just, to begin with, you're just met with confusion. You have no idea who these characters are, and you're already getting weird. So the movie starts off with him in the Ministry of Magic, and he's with this other girl. I don't know who she is, but she's a ministry worker, and she's kind of in a love triangle between between her, Newt, and Newt's brother.
Newt has a brother.
Yes,
I've
Newt
never
has
seen
a brother.
the second one, so
Yeah, I mean,
shit. What's his name?
I mean,
What's his name?
I
Mongoose?
don't remember.
Is he another lizard? Reptile? Fucking crocodile?
I don't remember what his name is, but you just
Oddle.
Echidna? Knuckles
You
the
know,
echidna?
echidnas have 4 dicks?
What?
Sorry, go ahead.
Wait, can you say that to the microphone? Wait, say it for the FBI. Can I say that for the FBI to hear it? Hold on. Can you say that into my comically big flower? Not a microphone underneath it. Swear to God. So wait, no. So go on. So she's
so the movie starts out with Newt So Newt's like kind of in a little bit of trouble because he kind of blew up half of England. And
Oh yeah.
but
casually.
but oh wait,
Right,
no, it was
casually.
New York. He was in New York.
New
He blew up
York.
like half of New York of
Yeah,
like
that-
the New York
You
subway.
mean the 90s?
And he's trying to get his like travel, like basically he's trying to get his passport reinstated. He's trying to get his like passport reinstated.
He's at the DMV.
Yeah, basically. He's basically at the DMV of Ministry of Magic. And for some reason, this is the first cringy moment that I saw. Because there are just these weird fucking close-ups that try to get you to see, like, okay, they're kind of in love with each other, kind of not. They have a past. But you're just looking at this one girl, and it's just her face. And
yeah,
she's
dude.
just talking, and I'm like, why am I seeing this? And then it goes to Newt, and it's the same thing. And I'm like, why am I seeing this? And then later you find out this total bullshit where this paper takes a picture of her and Newt and says, oh, they're getting married. But in reality...
This paper does this.
Yeah, but...
Oh, yeah,
like,
sorry,
like
I forgot
the
it
press.
was Wizard World. Sorry.
Like the press.
Sorry.
The press
Wait a
takes a
second.
picture of him, and it's like, she's marrying Newt. But the paper gets it wrong, and Newt's brother is marrying her.
Oh!
Yeah, bomb.
Whoa.
And so everybody thinks like everybody thinks that Newt and her is getting married, but
Yeah.
not. And it's like
So
the
Newt's
weirdest.
still single, right?
Yeah. Well, not really.
What?
The Magic newspaper sounds a lot like
Why the fuck would I watch this
CNN.
movie?
Jesus Christ.
But
Hey,
Non-political
topical humor.
anyways, to get on with my point, because I'm rambling a little too much. This movie is fucking garbage for many reasons.
Fucking Garbo.
It can literally be summed up in retcons. So at the end of the last movie, I don't know who it is, but there's this man named Jacob, and he's a Muggle, which is just a human. It's what they
Yeah,
call
I know,
humans.
It's the racial
And-
slur they use.
Yeah. And he uses.
Which is fucked
And
up that they
he's
have
in the
racial
movie,
slurs in
and
a
he
children's book.
finds out all about magic and stuff. But
Yeah.
at the end of the movie, they have to erase his memory because he just
Yeah,
witnessed
magic.
fucking
Yeah, the
half of New York being blown up. So he gets his memory erased like everybody else. But for some reason, he comes back in the next movie and is like, "Oh, it only erases the bad memories. I still remember you." Which I'm like, "Wait, what?" At the beginning of the other one, at the end of the other one, it's like, "Oh, it just gets rid of your entire thing, your
Yeah, it's
entire
like the pen. Yeah,
mind
black.
from like Men in Black," and you like don't remember a thing. And he comes back and he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember literally everything. I remember everything." And like it doesn't work. Which is the weirdest thing to me. Also, second point, besides retcons, Newt is basically like non-existent in this movie. It's supposed to be a like movie series based around Newt, but it's not. Newt is
Based around.
it's based around this fucking Dumbledore kid. Spoilers. The fucking kid who blows up New York. Okay, so anyways, that's part of the retcons as well.
So the kid who blows up New York is
The
Dumbledore.
kid who blows up New York like blows up, but then is somehow okay in the next movie.
Oh. And that's Dumbledore?
And the next movie, actually, the one thing about the next movie is that Dumbledore is actually a phenomenal character.
Oh,
like
really?
if
He's
the
actually a good
movie was
character?
basically he's a character in the movie, and if the movie was just about Dumbledore facing off against this kid, who's like part of his family, like that would have been a
Or
great
like
movie.
him and Grindelwald.
Yeah, if Grindelwald,
Yeah, it could be
Dumbledore,
like Call Me By Your Name, but with magic and like, yeah.
if
not as good.
Grindelwald, Dumbledore, and this kid were in the movie, and Grindelwald tries to take this kid to the bad side, which spoiler alert because you're not gonna watch this movie. He does at the end.
Is the kid Tom Riddle?
No,
Okay.
but he's kind of like him.
Oh, okay.
He spends the entire movie trying to find out who he is. And
Tom Riddle? Or the
No,
kid?
no, the kid who
okay.
blows up. His name's Credence.
Like Clearwater
Yes,
Revival?
yeah, exactly. His name's
Wow.
fucking Credence.
So CCR, okay, so CCR,
Yeah.
Dumbledore.
CCR blows up half of New York and then
Johnny Depp.
magically comes back and is trying to find out
Through the
who.
jungle.
Yeah, he's trying to find out who his family is, and nobody can tell him who his family is.
Yeah.
If you want to learn everything about this movie, I definitely recommend Cosmonauts video on it. It's fantastic. It's maybe the best
So why
video
did
on
this
any
kid
of this.
just go to a public library and look up some fucking.
And so by
I
the end of the
literally
movie,
do
he
this
finds out
for
the best
projects.
part about this is that
school.
he finds out that he is actually a Dumbledore, which
shit.
nobody knew. Besides apparently fucking Grindelwald, who's basically Osama bin Laden of the fucking wizarding world.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I shit you not.
Okay.
I
don't know about that. Is he like living?
He's
like
basically
wizarding
a wizarding terrorist. And so anyways, he tells him that he's Dumbledore,
Need some of that.
and the fucking movie ends and sets up a third one.
Oh shit.
So there's a third one, which I'm gonna go see because I want to see how fucking bad it is, which basically means J.K. Rowling won. J.K. Rowling wins because I watched this garbage fucking movie. I watched this garbage, but I'm interested because I want to see how this fucking ends.
No, I feel
It doesn't
That's how I
need a
feel about
third movie.
Riverdale, Yeah.
Oh, we can get into Riverdale.
We
can get into
we
fucking
wanna get into
Riverdale.
Riverdale.
But
Jughead is the worst character I've ever fucking seen.
we can get
He
it.
literally
But anyways,
is just a
this
toddler,
movie.
bro.
To sum it up, I definitely would recommend Cosmonauts video once again
dude.
for the third time. I mean, this movie talks about if the wizarding world doesn't take over humans and enslave them and kill all of them, fucking World War II will happen, which it does anyways. But this movie basically says if we don't become the superior race over Muggles, World War II will happen.
Wait, so Grindelwald.
Grindelwald's whole thing, he
He's
calls.
Hitler.
Wait, this
Yeah,
all
he basically
happens
is fucking
before
Hitler.
World War II?
Yes, it happens before World War II.
Fuck, how old is Dumbledore by the time 2000?
He's like
I mean,
100
do you
years
see
old.
him? He's like. Anyways,
He's literally like 106.
I
in
would
the
watch
book,
this
yeah.
movie if Dumbledore was the main character. Because once again, I'll reiterate, Newt literally does fuck all. I mean, besides rejecting the advances of his super horny assistant who takes care of the magical animals, which is
this
something
a
else that you
woman?
can get in. Yeah.
Who plays this?
I don't know who plays it, but like she wants Newt to take off his shirt like every 30 seconds that she's in frame.
That's
She
kinda
says it
funny.
too, which is funny, but at the same time,
It's also
like,
cringy though.
yeah. I mean, exactly. I hear those lines and I'm like, I can't watch this movie. But then also I'm in a car for 10
So
hours.
you're
Like, what am
forced,
I gonna
yeah.
do?
It's like Guantanamo.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's exactly like that horrible thing we put everybody through.
Anyways,
dude.
it's full of retcons. It's shot poorly. It makes no fucking sense. I would watch the first one and then forget the second one is a thing. But if you want to actually hate your life and you want to make yourself feel horrible after watching a film, I would watch it. That's what I would say.
Okay.
But I'm going to watch the third one when it eventually comes out because it leaves you on a cliffhanger. I was surprised that it left you on a cliffhanger
So
because I thought it would just end.
Grindelwald may or may not be Wizard Hitler.
Yes.
So what? Okay, hold on. Let me recap what happened and let me understand because I've never seen this movie. I've only seen the first one. Okay, so part one.
Yeah, so Grindelwald, you know how
Grindelwald is
Grindelwald comes
Hitler.
back, right?
Yeah, I assume that's.
Yeah, like you see Grindelwald at the end right there because he's like he turns into that guy. He's like been that one guy the entire time.
The old guy?
I've
I've never watched the movie.
I thought you did. I thought you watched the first one.
No.
No,
I guess I haven't
I
then.
thought you said.
Maybe I watched like the first 30 minutes of it. I don't know.
I mean, it's not a good movie. It's forgettable.
Oh, yeah, that's probably.
So, anyways, with
there's
my
like a weird mole, and there's a small Italian
Yes.
man. Who should have
yes,
been.
the Italian man.
Yeah, it should have
The
been played
Italian
by
man.
like Henry Zabrowski
Anyways,
or someone.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The Italian man somehow ends up in a relationship with the fucking with Queenie. Her name is
Who's Queenie?
Queenie is like the fucking 1920s, like she's the stereotypical 1920s like gal, like flapper gal.
Yeah, see, you're a strapping young man. You want to go on
Honestly,
the dance
like
floor with
like
the
10 out of 10.
cigarettes?
If you want to watch that movie, watch it for Queenie. That's what I would say.
Look up a picture.
Yeah,
of
look
Queenie,
at
I guess.
Queenie real quick. We'll throw a picture on screen for
Throw
you.
a picture on screen for this
Th-
podcast.
This is Queenie right here. I'm gonna tell you if you want to watch Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Newt is a great character in the first one, and also Queenie is just
Fantastic
fucking
Beasts.
I'd just say
Oh yeah, she's really pretty. Who is this? Alison Sudol. Sudol.
No, her name is Queenie, you fucking prick.
Oh, she's a singer-songwriter. What music?
Nice.
Oh no, I know her. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know
that's
her?
Queenie. Anyways,
She's in a bunch
Where
of shit.
from? Where do you know her from?
yeah.
Oh, high school.
Oh, shit.
No
Yeah,
shit.
we went to high school together.
Nice. I won't.
She was
say
in the
it.
Vampire Diaries. That's pretty nuts.
That's cool.
Yo, Team Dan.
Anyways, to wrap up this segment, which has been a bunch of jumbled mess, don't watch. I'm sure.
Just don't watch.
I'm sure you'll edit all the fucking rambling out
Yeah.
and just keep the main points.
Do you want to go
But-
see Queenie September 9th in Columbus, Ohio?
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, dude.
All right, we're going. Everybody who watches the
Or-
podcast.
Or at the Turf Club at St. Paul, Minnesota.
Okay. The gist of the story is don't watch this shit. If you want to watch something, my recommendation is just go watch the Harry Potter movies. Relive your childhood. Because I thought. I'm sorry. Practical Jokers just fucking cut out.
The TV
I'm
turned
sorry,
off like
the-
in the
the
40s.
TV
I'm sorry, yeah.
The TV just fucking died on us. I just had to notice it. Anyways, cut that shit.
Cut that shit.
Wow.
Whoa.
The basic gist of what I'm trying to say here is that J.K. Rowling is trying to catch lightning in a bottle once again, and it's just not working.
Right.
And it's Christopher Columbus, the guy who directed a lot of the early.
Oh, I thought you were
Harry
talking
Potter
about the
movies.
Italian
No,
explorer.
no.
I was like, whoa,
No,
whoa.
he you know that guy. He directed the Harry Potters.
Yeah,
Chris
I
Columbus
guess so.
is his name.
Yeah.
Yes.
He directed the Fantastic Beasts as well.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is that she is trying to catch lightning in a bottle again. The first one, meh, it kind of works.
Yeah, it's half there.
The second one doesn't work at all. It's just a jumbled mess of everything that you could do wrong in a movie and
Yeah.
how you would write a movie. And I would just say, if you want to watch something, go watch Harry Potter again, because that's kind of what I want to do after watching those movies. Because
get
I
the
would
taste out of
rather
your mouth,
I
yeah.
would rather watch movies that, I mean, they may not be cinematic masterpieces, but they were enjoyable in my childhood, and they'll be enjoyable again.
Yeah.
That's all I'll say.
That's fair.
I mean, I think the problem with J.K. Rowling is it's not so much her extended universe, because I've read, like, the extended universe books.
She has extended universe books?
Yeah, she's got 2 or 3. She's got Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them.
Did
She's
she
got-
write a book about it?
Yeah, that's a book.
Is it really?
Yeah, Fantastic Beast, History of Quidditch, and I think there's one
History. She wrote a whole book about the history of Quidditch.
She wrote
Yeah.
Really?
textbooks to extend the lore of Harry Potter.
God damn
And then
it.
she
Which is
wrote.
dumb as shit.
I mean, she also said
Potter's
Hermione
over.
Granger is gay, right? Is that?
Did she?
I swear to God, she
Well,
said she was bi at least.
The problem with J.K. Rowling is she like retroactively puts in representation, which is a disservice to. Well, it's a disservice to a lot of things, right? It's like it kind of fucks with the story, kind of like changes your view on it, but it also kind of like fucks with people that might want representation in their stories or whatever, because it's like retroactively put in there. It's not like earned, or it's not like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I mean, I get what you're saying.
Well, like, if you're gonna have
But,
like a
like, the
gay
woman-
person in the story, have a gay person in the story.
Yeah,
Don't just
but,
like put it in
The
there.
woman
You know what I mean?
who,
Like,
the
don't
woman
be like,
who
yeah, they're
plays,
gay.
I think there was some controversy between the woman who plays the human version of Nagini, the snake or whatever. J.K. Rowling was like, the reason she's this race or whatever actress is because that's the type of snake that she is or whatever.
Oh.
But then everybody who like knows the race of the origin of the snake or whatever in real life is like, that's not where they're fucking from, you idiot, or
Yeah.
something.
Well-
So she got that shit wrong.
Yeah.
Totally hired the wrong person. If that was her reasoning for hiring them in the first place, which is
Well,
pretty
also, you
shitty.
don't really need to make an excuse when there's fucking magic. You know what I mean? This isn't fucking Blade Runner where you have to have like a philosophical, technical.
Right.
I just saw Harry Potter shoot lightning out of his wand. Like, I don't
Right.
need a perfect explanation of where this snake is from. And that, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't care. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
I don't know.
what
I
you're
don't get
saying.
it. Like, it's weird. And also, like I said, like if you're gonna have like representation in your books or movies, like do it right. You know what I mean? Like actually make it a thing. Don't like retro. Like she said something. I saw something on Twitter that's she's like, yeah, there's Jewish students at Hogwarts, and then someone responded was like, but then where are they? If they are, like, you don't mention them in the book or in the movies, like
Yeah, but why do they have to? Though?
right? Why? Yeah, I was gonna say, like, but like you don't have to. But if you bring it up and you're like, oh, there's Jewish people in this book, and there's not, don't you know what I mean? Just don't. You don't have to like lie. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. It's dumb. All I'm saying is
Well,
that
I think what she's trying to go for is that back then, like, you have to realize that, like, she was writing. When was she writing these
she's
books?
writing these like
early,
the 80s, right?
Like
Yeah,
early
right?
2000s
Let me look
is
this
when
up.
the movies at least came out.
Yeah.
So the books had to come out before that, you know.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, to be honest, with like today's like cultural standard,
Right.
like compared to then, no one like gave two shits.
Yeah.
And like, am I wrong?
No, you're not.
Like, but and by J.K. Rowling doing this, she's trying to
She's trying to win brownie points.
she's trying to get around it and like stay with the cultural norms so that
Exactly. Yeah.
people are still okay with it. Which
She's
I think
pandering,
people should still
exactly.
be okay with it. You know.
Right.
I don't think she did anything wrong, but by doing it, she kind of is portraying that she did something wrong, which she didn't really.
Right. Well, I mean, like, she didn't. It's not that. It came out in '97. It's not that I am sad or happy that there is not Jewish characters or not gay characters or whatever that are openly out there in the books or whatever. Like, you know, I just think, like,
The idea
you
of just
can't
saying that there is
retcon
one
them.
now.
Right, yeah, you can't
just to
retcon
be
them.
relevant or whatever is
Exactly.
just dumb as
Yeah.
shit.
You know
Dumb
what's
as
a book that, or like a movie
Dumb
that
as
has like a lot of different people in it, or like a book that has a lot of different people in it that is, you know, like a lot, I guess a lot of different types of people isn't the right way to put it, but like actually has representation. It doesn't, is like a good book and doesn't mess around. It's like, oh, like The Color of Water or any of those other books that do that and they don't have to retroact. I don't know, it's silly.
Sure.
I don't know, it's
No,
silly to
I hear
me.
what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
You know, and also like, who cares? On the flip side of that, who cares if you think of Hermione as being like black or not? Like, yeah, maybe it doesn't say that in the description of the book, but like, yo, it's a book, it's a movie that plays in your mind.
Right.
Just like let people live. I don't know. All I'm saying is that like, yeah, J.K. Rowling is nuts. The Earth is flat, and we need to just stop having kids. Like I said, I mean, we're just gonna stop having them.
Sounds pretty reasonable to me, honestly.
Yeah, flat
If you
Earth.
think about it.
Throw all the kids off the edge.
I guess as we wrap up this first inaugural podcast, we'll do some key points of the episode. So Andrew, you want to do one takeaway from this episode?
One takeaway. Boomers are trash. We should throw them off the edge of the earth. And that's all I gotta say.
Luke, do you have a takeaway from this episode?
Drive fast, mow grass, eat ass.
That's very nice. And one thing I'll take away from this episode, I guess, is don't watch the new Harry Potter movies. Just watch the old ones.
Not even Harry Potter movies.
They're not even Harry Potter movies, but just don't watch them. Anyways, my name's been JT. This is Andrew.
Yeah.
This is Luke. If you like this podcast and you had a little laugh, or you thought anything that we said was interesting today, leave us a like, maybe subscribe, just share the podcast, follow it. We'll try to make this maybe a weekly or bi-weekly thing, because we, whether or not anybody's listening, we do enjoy doing this together.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's fun just to get together and talk about it. Anyways, if you have any suggestions for the podcast or anything that you want us to talk about, or anything we should recommend or review for our couple of different segments, or any questions that we should bring up with the group here, let us know in the comments below. This has been the Peakton High School podcast, and we'll see you later.